My name is Leo Connors, and welcome to The Ring and All Other Sports. Tonight, I got a very special guest making your third or second?
Second.
Second appearance, professional wrestler, Johnny Pierce.
What's up, y'all? How
Johnny,
you doing?
Thank you for coming on, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me again.
No problem. All right, we're going to get right into the fan questions. Michael Pataro, aside from pro wrestling, what combat sports do you have experience in?
So I don't have any experience in any combat sports. My experience is in like other sports.
Yeah.
Mainly basketball. Basketball gets a bad rep because people say basketball players are soft. I tend to disagree.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of big basketball dudes.
Very physical, and
Yeah.
that was the style of game that I played was very physical. So I guess to answer this question, none. But you could make the argument that
Right.
playing basketball like my whole life.
Nice.
Physical.
Any interest in MMA?
I definitely have an interest in MMA, UFC, boxing. In the back of my mind, it's always been there. If wrestling doesn't work out,
Right.
maybe transitioning to something like that.
Nice. All right. He's got a couple more questions.
Yes, he does.
What's your drive for a match? Come to Baltimore and help him beat up some adversaries.
The first part was, what's my drive for a
Yeah.
match?
Like, what gets you going?
Oh, man. Anytime the music hits. But, something about pain. I have a high tolerance for pain.
Okay.
But I also like dishing it out because I got bullied growing up. And
Oh, wow.
now that I'm like big and tall and strong, I can throw some people around. He wants me to come to Baltimore. I'll go to Baltimore as long as
Gotta get paid.
they pay my rate and take care of me, with transportation and whatnot. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Last one. What's your gym routine?
Gym routine. Every time I'm in there, I try to differentiate what body part I'm hitting. So one day I'll devote to a specific body part, and I try to do some free weights, do some cable work, and then machines. And then sprinkle in some cardio, maybe some core ab stuff. But
Nice. For the
to mix it
cardio,
up.
do you do bike or the treadmill, stairs?
Try to mix it up, but a lot of times I'll walk on the treadmill and put the incline up,
Yeah.
and then play with the speeds. But I like a nice stationary bike here and there.
Nice. All right. Dave Fournier, you recently won the tag team titles with El Guapo, the
let's get a good-
ETWA.
Let's get a good,
Yeah, get a good look at that. Do you prefer singles or tags?
So I definitely prefer singles. The reason being is like, I wouldn't say I'm a control freak, but as a singles competitor, you have more control.
Yes.
Right? A lot can happen in a tag team scenario where there's you, your tag partner, and then two other opponents.
Right.
Not to mention, I've been in some tag matches where there's other teams involved too. And there's a lot that can happen. There's a lot of bodies. There's a lot that can go wrong. There's also a lot that can go right. In a singles atmosphere, it's just you across from one other person. So you can kind of control more of what goes on.
Excellent. You have an upcoming match with Robbie the Giant. How do you prefer for a match?
I think he
How
meant,
do you
like,
prepare? For a match with someone of his size?
My match preparation is the same. I don't go into matches taking like anybody lightly, so it's full steam ahead.
Right.
Everything is going to be the same. I'm in the weight room. I'm eating right. I'm sleeping right. I'm getting ready for my next opponent, big or small, giant or non-giant. It's the same. So,
Well, he's definitely a good opponent. No matter, you know what I mean? Size-wise, Robbie can work, man. Good luck.
it's going to be exciting.
Yes. Dave's got one more. Who is your favorite basketball player of all time? I think I know the answer.
You do, but it was Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
When I first was growing up, I was shorter and smaller than everybody, so I gravitated towards Muggsy Bogues. Right. As I got older, Michael Jordan, huge Michael Jordan fan.
Yeah.
And then once he was done, Paul Pierce. I liked Kevin Garnett on the Timberwolves, but then when we added him on, it was like, man, that's,
How could you not love him?
Nowadays, I would say I really like Giannis Antetokounmpo
Yep.
and Jimmy Butler.
Excellent basketball players. All right. The pro wrestling politician. Join the campaign or be my opponent. Dude, you better be careful, politician.
Yeah.
You see the size of Johnny?
Yeah, opponent. Yeah.
All right, good. You're in trouble now, Mr. Politician. All right. So this is coming from Sean Fowler, Felicia Ellison,
Yeah.
and Andy Miller.
Yeah.
How long have you been wrestling?
I started training in January of 2017, and I've been off and on training ever since. I had my first match that same year. My second match came like 3 years later, and it wasn't until this past summer that I really started getting booked consistently. But yeah, I would say 2017 is when I first really started getting going with wrestling.
Okay, great. Carrie Desick, how did you get into wrestling?
Yeah.
Interesting question.
It wasn't as easy as people might think it is.
Right.
It started with having some mutual friends. I would reach out to different wrestlers on social media and ask them questions about what it would take and where do I go and what do I do. And you get referred to different schools, and then I go on the computer and I do my research and my homework and whatever. But then I learned about the one-day fantasy camp at New England Pro Wrestling Academy, and that's where I went January 2017.
Nice.
And yeah, that's how that happened.
Yeah, there's been quite a few professional wrestlers that have gone to that fantasy camp first. So that's very cool. Great answer. And it's great that they put that on. Now, I think Next Gen puts one on now too, right?
I was there for that one.
Yeah. So, and I don't know about anybody else.
I don't know.
But,
you know what? Lockup does those free clinics.
Oh, okay,
great. I
great.
did like a few of those.
Yeah, and that's now with Elia.
Yes.
Yes. All right. All right. David Douglas, I hope you make room. Dude is huge. Johnny Pierce.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah?
Yeah.
During
the name game.
Okay. All right. Cool. Andy Miller's back with another question.
Okay.
What year did you start wrestling? 2017, right?
Yep.
Boom, you just said it. Yep. So, who are your favorites, past and present? And I would imagine he's probably talking TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was trying to get prepared for this question.
Yeah.
I
There's
think,
so many. I mean, come on. It's hard.
I really liked Kane.
Yeah.
You know, the mask, the fire,
Yeah.
the choke slam, I could
size.
go on. Yeah. Stone Cold, that's easy. The Rock, that's easy. Present day, Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley, Sheamus, The Miz, those are my guys. Yeah.
Nice. I like hearing The Miz too because he's worked his butt
Super
off.
underrated.
I don't know if you heard the bad news, but the first name,
Yeah.
yeah, it's sad.
We'll see.
Yeah,
Never say never, right?
true. And superstar Billy Graham's and he's on life support right now. Yeah, so I think he's going to be passing. That's a shame. What a super! I mean, no pun intended. That guy was electrifying. Maybe we'll talk about him later. So your present wrestlers, you already said.
Yeah.
And Amani Arias, what did you feel you have grown and learned in the past year in pro wrestling? So
I'm going to say next question.
Yeah? All right. Top 5 opponents for you as a single and as a tag team.
Same guy, next question.
All right.
Yeah.
Maverick Wild, do you like gladiator movies?
I mean, I do. There's that one with Russell Crowe, The Gladiator. So,
Did he ask you this last time
No,
too?
I don't know
Because
where
he
that-
has asked the gladiator question.
I don't know where that's coming from,
All right.
but I do. You know, it's-
The Gladiator was just amazing. With
Great
that
movie.
was with Russell Crowe, right?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
I like gladiator movies, yeah.
Cool. Andrew Crane. Oh my God! Is that Johnny Pierce?
Yes.
All right. And what is the one thing that being a champion has taught you? That's an interesting question.
Great question.
Yeah.
I had to think. That was the toughest one,
Yeah.
for sure. I had to think long and hard on it. It's definitely taught me to appreciate, and I have like a new level of respect for the current champions,
Yeah.
whoever they are, wherever they are, because it was something I used to like look at and be like, oh, what are they? Why are they the champion? Like,
Right.
who are they? Like,
Yeah.
whatever. I'll take that championship from them or something like that. But now you're a champion and like you understand what it takes.
Right.
So that's what it taught me, but it also like reaffirmed a lot of things, which is like when you become a champion, you represent yourself, you represent your tag partner, and you represent the company. So I always keep that in mind no matter where I am or what I'm doing. Even bringing this onto your show, like
Right.
I represent.
Which is fantastic.
I represent myself. I represent my tag partner. You had mentioned him earlier.
El Guapo.
Guapo of Grappling, Diego Alvarez, and I represent Eastern Townships Wrestling Association everywhere I go, no matter what I do, as long as they have this on me. You know?
And where is that company running shows?
They're normally based out of Newport, Vermont. We have a show in Derby, Vermont at the end of this month, and we just had a show in Stansted, Quebec, Canada. So I made my Canada debut last month.
That's
we
awesome.
successfully defended. Yeah.
Right. That's congratulations, man. That's awesome. All right. Ben Kacheri.
Yeah.
What's been your funniest memory in wrestling so far? Ben's always got a big smile on his face, man. He's a really good kid, Ben.
So the funny haha answer would be wrestling him.
Right.
Another funny one between him and I, like an inside joke, would be the Jericho Cruise.
He went on it.
He did.
Did you go on it too?
I did.
Oh, nice.
We had a lot of like fun times, and there's some memories, and I could tell some stories from that cruise. Maybe later if we have time.
Right.
But, I think my funniest moments in wrestling so far was this one time at NCW. I was wrestling Robbie the Giant and Aaron Kadamia.
Okay.
And they went to pin me, and my pants fell down, and the whole crowd got to see my butt crack. And then I lost. And then if I had to say something else, like this one match, I had to kiss Bob Evans. So that was pretty funny.
Oh, wow.
And I have a song about it.
You have a song about it. Did you want to sing it?
Sure.
Go ahead.
I kissed Bob Evans and I liked it. Right?
Hey, if you liked it, you liked it. No, but hey, no, on a serious note, though, Bob Evans is a great professional wrestler, and he's trained a hell of a lot of people.
We had a good time.
He really is phenomenal.
We had a good time.
All right.
Let's run it back.
So real quick, Aaron, is that Bell Time, Aaron?
That is Bell Time.
Okay, I like another great kid. Ryan Drew, great. Everybody's great, Ryan. Everybody. Yeah. All right, JP Griffin, another great guy.
Yeah.
Now, I've known you've gone to a few different facilities. Can you describe the difference in training styles and what is something you've learned from each?
All right, that's a tough one. I'm gonna do the best I can to answer that one. I started at New England Pro Wrestling Academy. I think whether they wanted to or not, they kind of broke me. Where like I went in with like this ego, thinking I'm big and
they
I'm
brought
bad,
you down to earth.
Yeah, they chopped me down to size. Then I started training at what was going to be the Al Snow Wrestling Academy of New England, and we moved to Kingdom down at XWA.
Okay. And is that Matt Taven in them?
Matt Taven and Vinny.
Vincent, right?
Yeah. Let's see.
Did you hop over to Bell Time at all?
Yeah. So I was at Next Gen and Bell Time. A lot of places have taught me like business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so business comes first.
Yeah.
Everything else is like personal stuff is after.
Right.
So I've learned a lot about like money.
Yeah.
In terms of what money in wrestling, you know what I mean? That's first and foremost.
Right.
So yeah, I hope I answered that question the best I could.
That was all right. That was pretty good. Let's see. We'll go to the next page.
That's a tough one.
From the ETWA, same Johnny New Gold.
That's right.
You know, I like to read comments too, you know, as long as they're not really ridiculous, silly. You know what I mean? Like the Gladiator movie, that's funny.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know
all right.
why.
Tony Spencer. All right. I'm sick of being attacked by stupid Delilah Hayden and Joey Warner at every single turn. How much is the retainer to hire Johnny Pierce as a bodyguard?
Couldn't afford me. All right.
Really?
Price is too high.
Yeah, but maybe he'll get the money somehow, though.
I'll just tell him like I told Todd, $50.
Boo! Tony, if you can't afford $50, man, you gotta hire him. All right, that's it for the fan questions.
Fan questions. All right.
Before we get to the name game, what other promotions have you been? I know you've been working for a few different ones, so why don't you tell us about some of those? Did you work for Focus?
I did one time.
Yeah.
It was when they were like the infancy stages.
Right.
They had me as like a mystery opponent for a tag team. Hard Work Barnaby Combs and Rotten Apple Adam Applegate. It was myself and Loverboy Lex Lozano.
Okay.
It was one of my few times working babyface. The ref was distracted. Barnaby hit me in the back of the head with the ring bell. Ooh. He really did hit me, so I had an egg.
Right.
And he broke it. He broke the ring bell on my head.
On your head.
So we lost.
Yeah.
And they've messaged me here and there, and I plan to go back, but nothing is written in stone yet.
And obviously the ETWA and anybody else that you worked for UFO, right?
Yep. UFO's got like 3 shows coming up in June. I'm going to be there for all of those.
Nice.
We're going to talk about Pat Dillon later on, but yeah, I've worked for UFO. They recently had me as Captain America. So that was another babyface opportunity.
Under the Mask?
Under the Mask.
Nice.
Yep, good times.
That's cool.
Yep. So there's this one, ETWA. There's another one in Vermont, Green Mountain Wrestling.
Yes.
So
They've been around a while. I mean, I
so
know they've taken a big hiatus, but
the rebirth and the rebrand or whatever.
they did a TV taping in Nashua, and right around where the old courthouse is in the warehouse there. I went to the shows. It was pretty fun. Yeah.
So
it was a good time.
It'll be good once they get going. So,
right.
Yeah, that's good. New England Ring Gladiators, NRG.
Yep. Davey and Shay.
We'll talk about them. NCW.
Yep. John Casey.
Just had a huge match with them versus Riot Killing Thomas for his championship, and we went back and forth. I was close.
Yeah.
I was close.
Nice.
And
Kellen's a veteran, man. Very good wrestler.
Yeah. I can't wait till we lock horns again.
Right. That's how you get better. Wrestling better people, man.
Yep. And let's see. That's like pretty much it right now, I think.
Oh, that's still pretty good though. You work for a few companies. That's awesome. All right. We can get into the name game. I'm gonna butcher this guy at the first name.
You should. Butcher the crap out of it.
Vincent Viscarilio.
Junior. Yeah. So
that was close enough.
He's under some heat right now, Leo. I don't know if you're familiar.
No.
The reason I bring him up on the show is not for like good. I'm not gonna say anything good.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not gonna get too into detail. He, I don't know him that well, but he runs Tough and Talented out of Connecticut. Recently got called out online for, being like too creepy. I don't want to do that on your show, but
no, I think go right ahead, man. Creeps, bash them.
I think that it was a long time coming.
Yeah.
I was back and forth in my own head about something like this.
Right.
And some girl who traveled miles from like wherever I think she's from like Virginia area, down south, drove up to Connecticut, and then came forward with this information. So there's going to be more of this kind of stuff happening.
Yeah.
But, he had been messaging my girlfriend on some creepy stuff. And,
yeah. Dirtbag.
Maybe that'll come out to light, but like, there's no room for that in today's
isn't.
Wrestling.
There absolutely no.
What I will say confidently is like the women of wrestling, like they need to feel comfortable and protected. And like when you do stuff like this, when you're in the locker room watching them change, when you're creeping them out on the social media, no.
Yeah, so remember that. Vincent Viscarilio, whatever your name is, you're a dirtbag.
Yeah.
All right, Brickhouse Baker.
Brickhouse.
Not a dirtbag.
Not a dirtbag. He always gives me a hard time.
Yeah.
Because for the longest time, I think last time I was on your show, I was like, he doesn't respond to my messages. Since then,
he gets a lot of messages, though, too, in his defense.
Since then, he has, accepted my friend request.
Yeah.
And now he's flipped it on me, where he's like, oh, you never messaged me. And so I try to comment Slap's leg on everything.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd bring him up on the name game, and then I'd go like this.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Brickhouse is awesome.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if this guy's back 100%. I know he came back for a little bit. Frank Champion. Big Frank Champion.
He's not back 100%.
Okay.
But him and I are definitely going to tussle at some point. I wanted to give him a shout out because like he's my trainer.
Yeah.
And if it weren't for him, I don't think I'd be where I am at today in wrestling. He's taught me a lot. He's genuine. He cares.
Right.
And every time I go to NRG, I bounce my ideas off of him, and he helps me construct like a good match, and gives me good feedback.
So he's one of the trainers at the NRG school.
Bell Time.
Oh, the Bell Time Club. Oh, nice. I had no idea he was there.
If it wasn't for him telling me to come, I'd have never gone to Bell Time.
Wow. Nice. And everybody talks about having the best training facility. They're all good. They're all good. And you get what you put in, you get it. You know what I mean? You get it out.
Yep.
All right. BMT.
BMT. Is it Brandon Michael Thomas?
Yes. Yeah? Yes.
So I brought him up.
Talented kid.
Yep. He's always helpful to me in the sense that whenever I have a match and I have the opportunity to run into him backstage, he gives me like feedback, and he doesn't have to do that. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to give him a quick shout out because it's guys like that, like the veterans that have been around so long, and then there's guys like me that like I haven't. So it's nice to hear from him.
That's excellent. Nah, he's very talented and he's a baby machine. along with his wife Ariel. They're a baby machine. They got 6
Like
kids.
7,
and that's great. You know, it really is. It's great. But that's like when I was a kid, people had 6 kids and 8 kids. You know what I mean? To see 6 kids, hey, they like babies.
Yeah.
No, but how about Ariel? Another very talented.
She's always really nice to me every time I see her.
Right.
So.
Okay. Yeah, I figured I'd throw her in there because, I threw her husband, you had her husband in there. All right, interesting cat right here, Sean Vegan Keegan. I haven't seen him in a few months.
Yeah.
Because I used to see him at the APW shows.
Yeah. He just recently had like a pretty serious knee injury.
Oh,
That's probably
wow.
why you haven't been seeing him.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring him up on the name game. He's one of the nicest human beings I personally know.
Excellent.
I have memories that I still hold on to nowadays from like 2018, 2019,
Right.
where I was struggling to like wrap my head around how to do a move.
Right.
And he would take time out of his own day, out of his own schedule to pull me aside and work with me. And I would get so frustrated and he would just tell me like, don't get frustrated, keep at it. And it's guys like that like keep me going,
Yeah, definitely. Hey, and Sean, man, if you got nothing to do, hit me up and get you on the show.
Yeah, I think
really.
he might be one of the most underrated talents in the area.
Oh, he's definitely talented. He's got size too.
Yeah.
He's he's tall, very tall.
I call him like a mini Bruiser Brody.
There you go. All right, with that bushy hair, there you go. I'd have a huge Brody mark. All right, Vincent, Vinny Marsaglio.
Yep. I wanted to give him a shout out because he was one of my former trainers, and I think without his guidance, feedback, advice, suggestions, whatever you want to say, without working with him, I don't know if I would be where I'm at. So I wanted to give him a shout out, and
Nice.
I can't wait to like run into him again. And,
Right. Well, Wrestling Super Show.
Yeah.
He did their last one. Him and Taven and Dutch.
Yes.
His partner Dutch. Yeah. Who's a big dude too. All right, stirring the pots.
Don Kincaid.
Don Kincaid, who I love.
Yeah. Now he's had me on his show twice.
Nice.
It's via Skype. So
I was on the show.
Yeah, I'll have to watch that episode. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. It's via Skype, so it's nice, but
Yeah.
it's not like as nice as yours where I get to sit down with you
I
and
hear you.
whatever. I mean, I know he's based in Connecticut, so there's that
Of
travel
course.
restriction there.
But he's got a good thing going.
Yeah, man, stirring the pot. It's always nice to go on and talk to Don, and
Yep.
it's so awesome to interact with him when he's in the crowd because he's always like filming or something.
Oh, dude, and he is so psyched like all the time. You know. I love Don.
Great guy.
All right. How about Selena Hakate?
Yeah, that one you don't know, but that's my girlfriend Heather, and she's working on this character, so I wanted to shout her out.
Nice.
She recently debuted at the Canada show by escorting Diego Alvarez and I to the ring for our
Nice.
entrance. She helped us defend our championships against the Lost Boys, and I just think she's going to be a name to know.
Right. Excellent.
Going forward. Yeah.
Excellent. How about this guy's training guys at the Next Gen, Julian Starr.
Yeah. Julian and I met when I first started wrestling in 2017.
At the New England Pro Wrestling Academy. Yes.
And then once the pandemic hit, kind of went our separate
Yeah.
ways, reconnected again years later. And he really helped me with my heat when I'm the heel and I'm putting heat on the baby.
Right.
Without him, I would still be probably, randomly just doing stuff just to do it.
Right.
And nowadays it's more
Now you know what you want, what you
calculated.
need to do.
And,
Yeah. That's
So,
awesome.
Thanks to Julian.
And Julian's another great guy. Really is. Adam Lash.
Yep. I met Adam through my connections at ETWA. I'll give another shout out to Sigma, who I seem to go on every podcast and talk about because he's such a good guy. But he got me connected to Adam. Adam saw something in me and allowed me to come to the show. And I sent him my information. He's like, yeah, come up. So I go up there and I'm thinking like, it's going to be the usual ring crew security, maybe manage somebody.
Right.
But he gave me a match right away. and
Nice.
I think I did well with that. And when he decided to step away from the company and start up Green Mountain Wrestling again, he brought me over there. And I hope that I did a good enough job where he wants to continue bringing me back. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Kevin Castro.
Woo!
Got a little heat with this guy?
No.
No,
It's the opposite.
Oh, all right.
Where do I begin? He's my manager, my mouthpiece at NRG. Wanted to shout him out because I've been working with him now for a little over a year. Man, it's so easy to go out there with him and do what we do, do what I do. And even at the shows where he's not managing me, he has a knack of always finding a spot to watch my match and then tell me what he thinks, which he doesn't have to do.
Right. True.
So I appreciate that, and I wanted to shout him out.
Excellent. And how about NCW's John Casey?
Yeah. It's a funny story. At first, when I was working at NCW, there wasn't like, I didn't see where it was going, like for me in like the storyline. I was like, what am I doing? Why do I keep going out there and losing every single time? Like, I don't know if I can keep doing this. And then all of a sudden, I'm getting these like big time opponents, you know? And so I'm starting to see the vision. And I wanted to give him credit where it's due because he doesn't have to do that. And he sees something in me where he wants to put me up against like the best of the best so I can grow and learn.
Who has he put you up again in the ring with?
Teddy Goods.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You're talking good. Yeah.
Riot Kellen Thomas.
Yep.
And I guess it's okay to say because that's this Friday. Yeah. I don't know when this will air.
This will air probably on Wednesday.
Yep. This Friday at the Dedham VFW post for NCW, I'm wrestling Masshole Mike McCarthy.
Wow, yeah, he's definitely putting you in the ring with
See what I'm
talent,
saying?
man.
So
Yeah,
I
that's
wanted to
awesome, though.
Shout him out because, like, you know, obviously he's trusting me to get in there with these guys.
Yeah,
so,
and like I said earlier, man, better opponents, the better you're gonna get. You know. All right, UFOs, Pat Dillon.
Yeah, I wanted to shout out Pat Dillon. Pat gave me an opportunity when others wouldn't. May 2022, there was that taco truck festival
in Manchester,
at the baseball
field.
field where I hadn't wrestled in, man, so many months.
Right.
I think it was like 6, 7 months, and all of a sudden they're throwing together this last minute show, and so like I want to wrestle.
Right.
She's like, oh, I got this Rumble or Battle Royal. Excuse me, it was a Battle Royal. He's like, I got this Battle Royal spot. You want in, Johnny? And I'm like, hell yeah, I want in.
Right.
So, you know, I do my thing, and Aaron Kadamia eliminates me.
Okay.
Little son of a...
Yep.
So...
did Aaron win?
He did.
Nice.
And that was my first time working with UFO, and I'm like, you know...
Were you the last one he threw out?
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding. Well, you could have said that.
I did. I tried. It's a sore subject.
Yeah,
you know?
no, but still, though, man,
So,
you made it to the final, too. That's
yep.
pretty good.
And UFO's had me at a couple more of their shows since then, and I got 3 shows in June. I can't wait for those, and...
Excellent.
Pat's been nothing but great to me, and I'm going to continue to represent the Bell Time Club and UFO as best I can. Yeah.
Excellent. Pat is a fantastic guy. I don't know if this guy's that nice. Adam Applegate.
He's rotten. He's dirty.
He's the rotten apple.
Crooked. I wanted to shout him out because, like, he's one of the few guys that, you know, has given me like so many. You know, he's helped me get connected with people where like I can't seem to get that from like other people when it comes to like how to get the boot measurements or who to talk to, or he even I don't even want to like put him out there like this, but like he offered to pay for like some like my gear.
That's nice.
And I was like,
that's a good dude.
Yeah, because he didn't have to do that. And I was like, I appreciate it, but like I'll take care of it.
Yeah.
And like that meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
That he was willing to do something.
It should have, and I didn't know Adam was that nice.
He is.
You know,
that
I'll
nice.
take a pair of sneakers, Adam, 9.5s. You know, nothing flashy, $100 or something. No, but really, he's coming along too, man. As a pretty good worker.
Yeah, he's one of the top heels.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
A.G. Anthony Green.
Yeah. I put him on this list. I mean, I've said nothing but nice things about him in the past, and that's going to keep, you know, I mean, I'm going to continue doing so because he's one of the nicest people I know.
Right.
But the reason he's on the list today is because I wanted to give him a shout out. I went to a seminar of his back in September at the Proving Ground, and I was struggling to come up with a move to finish people with and be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you want to be known for ending the match
for a finisher
with one move.
Yep.
That's like you're going to put someone away.
Right.
So I had the idea in mind, and I'm like, hey man, can you show me how to do a running power slam? And he showed me, And I've been ending people with running power
Nice.
slams ever since. So I wanted to tip my hat to AG, and every time he sees me, hit a running power slam, I hope it
Yeah.
warms his heart or whatever.
That's awesome. Hammer Tunis.
Hammer Tunis. I just met him this past weekend.
Yep.
I had my debut for PvP at the Blast at the Beach, which I called Pierce at the Beach because it's Johnny
Yeah,
Pierce
of course.
at the
Johnny
beach.
Pierce is there.
Mesquamaket Beach, I hadn't been there since I was younger.
Yeah.
And they had this like all-day event where there was like a carnival fair.
Oh, cool.
And we had 2 shows. One started at like 1:30. There was a break, and the next one started at 7:30. I got the opportunity to wrestle Logan Black. And
Nice.
and then in a tag match, myself and Angelo Carter wrestled Dan the Candyman and Old School Cool Corey. And it went well. And like he wants me back, and I had been trying to knock on PvP's door for like
Right.
several years. So
Yeah.
to finally get that opportunity,
Yeah.
and he didn't have to be nice to me either, and he was
Right.
really nice to me. So I wanted to shout him out.
Excellent. How about Owen Brody?
Yeah, Obro.
Yep.
Obro runs Impulse Pro Wrestling. Every now
Okay.
and then they have like a
I did
special
not
show.
know that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So he's had me at a few of his Impulse shows, and the most recent one was New Year's Eve, where I actually got to wrestle him. And
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he beat me with a nice little elbow drop, and I can't wait to run it back with him. But when I see him at other shows, he always has some knowledge to give. Where
That's
I'm,
good.
if I get stuck and I'm like, how do I tell
Yeah.
this story, or how do I transition from this part of the match to this? He's always got something
Right.
to help me get from point A to point B. And again, like I appreciate that from a veteran. He doesn't have to go.
Absolutely.
He can be like, oh, I'm not worried about this young kid's match. I'm gonna worry about my own. But
Right.
he always has. Hey, what are you guys working on? Something
That's
like
awesome. And I'm sure he's got a ton of knowledge. He's been
So
around
much,
a while.
yeah.
You're right. He is a good veteran. Another veteran, guy that's been around a long time, actually, Davey Cash.
Davey Cash. I wanted to shout out Davey Cash. I met him in 2017.
Yep.
And then, time passes, I would see him at wrestling shows. He used to say to me, I don't know if he remembers this, but he used to say to me, man, I see you everywhere. And that's what I would say, like, because I am everywhere, or
Right.
something like that. But when he started up his own promotion, I wanted to work for him. So I think it was like he had done a few shows. I think he started in August of 22 or 21, August 21. And then I let a few shows go by, and then I finally, worked up the courage to go over there.
Right.
And they put me in a battle royal for Halloween, and they've been using me ever since. So I mean,
Excellent.
I just wanted to shout him out because, I've known him for so long,
Yeah.
and they're doing right by me.
Right. I see Davey at a lot of shows recently, but there were years that I didn't see him. You know what I mean? Not that I was going to a million shows either, but great guy, great worker.
Yeah.
How about his nephew, right?
Yeah.
Shay.
Shay.
Cash.
Shay's one of the hardest hitting dudes I've ever been in the ring with.
He does hit hard.
Yeah, he gave me a clothesline at a top rope show the day before New Year's Eve, Spindle City Rumble.
Okay.
Yeah, he clotheslined the absolute crap out of me.
Right.
So I didn't forget that. But I wanted to shout him out because, he's running the card over there, and he's really.
Oh, he's got the book.
Yeah, so like my storyline is like consistently gold, like every
Right.
time. Like, I go there, I
good.
know I'm gonna be put in the ring with like, real top quality opponents. Most recently, we went to Rhode Island. I think it was East Providence, and I got to wrestle the Mind Eraser Mike Grocka. So it's like
nice.
stuff like that,
Yeah.
and putting me with
Yeah.
Castro.
Yeah.
He's just
That'll
taking real
get like
good care
again,
of me.
man. Taking on really good wrestlers like that. It's only going to make you better.
Yep.
But yeah, Shay's another, just a great guy, right, Ryan Drew? How about Chris Pyro,
Chris
who's
Pyro.
also been around for quite a bit.
Yep. I used to watch the Hoods wrestle before I, started wrestling, and like that guy, he is a adrenaline junkie.
Yeah.
He's always jumping off
Yeah.
of like the tallest things you can think of.
He's
with no
really
regard
good.
for, his own well-being, I
Right.
guess. Backstage, I can always go to him and talk to him about anything, but he'll put me onto like a podcast he's listening to, and just a really nice guy.
Right.
So
That's
wanted to
cool.
Shout him out.
Gotta share the podcast with people. You know, what do you listen to?
What do I listen to?
Yeah.
Cornette.
Of course, I do too. That's my number one.
Yeah.
I listen to Conan.
Not yet.
I just started listening to Mick Foley a little bit.
Okay.
And I listen to it's only like an hour once a week on Mondays, live and in color with Wolfie D.
Yeah.
Of PG-13 fame, Memphis.
Pyro put me on to Busted Open, so I was
nice.
listening
Okay.
to them a little bit. I listen to Booker T's
Yeah.
every now and then.
I have a hard time listening to that guy, Dave LaGreca.
Yeah.
He sounds honestly, that's why I don't listen to him. He sounds arrogant.
Pompous.
Yeah. And I don't like it, so I don't listen.
I hear
know?
I hear you.
Doug Myers.
You know, we can throw all the Myers in on this
So
one.
DJ too, right? And who else?
I had Doug, DJ, Donnie, and Athena. So it's a family affair.
Wow.
Yeah, ETWA.
Okay.
Doug and DJ run it. Donnie is the Don, you know, the grandfather.
Gotcha.
He started it. And Athena is the daughter. And, you know, anytime you see a photo of me or Diego or anyone that wrestles there, it's Athena behind the lens. So I wanted to shout her out because she takes a lot of really good photos. And
Right.
without that, you know, we wouldn't have so much exposure.
Yeah.
DJ and Doug, obviously, and Donnie too, you know, they see something in me, which is why I'm sitting here with this, you know, and I
Yes.
wanted to shout them out. I wanted to bring this onto the show.
Yep.
5 months ago, I didn't have one of these, so,
Right.
you know, I figured why not.
That's awesome. All right. Jobs.
Jobs, do work. That's his catchphrase.
That's his catchphrase. Do work.
Yeah,
I
he's-
like that though, because I'm a hard worker.
Yeah, so you like Jobs. He's
Yep.
always doing work. I want to shout him out. He's one of my Vermont buddies. It's a long trip, you know,
Right.
and I'm sure you've heard stories of guys, you know, falling asleep behind the wheel or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So every time I go up to
Gotta be
Vermont,
safe.
I know I have a place to stay. I have friends,
Yeah.
and Jobs is one of those guys. I've had the opportunity to work with him a little bit.
Yep.
But he's just a great dude, you know, and he's always telling me if you ever need a place to stay. So I'm actually in the process of trying to get him to come this way
Right.
and work over here. And
Nice.
in that same breath, like he always has a place to stay, you know.
Right. Yeah. That's awesome. Take care of each other. Sonny DeFage.
Yeah. So reason I have Sonny on there is because you had a comment from David Douglas about watch out, he's huge.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Hope you have enough room. So Sonny is the heavyweight champ here.
Oh, okay.
And you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, right? So end of the show, I just won this, and I'm saying goodbye, and I say goodbye to him, and he pulls me in real close, and he says, "You're not as big as everyone thinks you are." Yeah. So I was like, I know, don't tell anybody. But I also put on 15 to 20 pounds since that conversation.
Nice.
So that's probably why Dave said that.
right. How big is Sonny? Is he tall?
He's got size to him.
Okay.
But you know, I went up in weight, and
There you go.
I was in the weight room, and I'm like, you son of, you know what I mean? How dare you?
How dare him?
Yeah.
All right. How about Picture Dave Rodriguez?
Yeah, same reason I wanted to shout him out is because like without guys like Picture Dave, I don't think he gets enough love these
Right.
days, and it's like we really appreciate everything he does at all the different shows he goes to, getting the photos, and
Right.
wanted to give him credit. You know,
That's awesome. Awesome. And we're going to stick with the theme. Zeke Dane.
I wanted to shout out Zeke Dane. I don't know if he remembers me, but he was at a Top Rope show, the Spindle City Rumble. I really needed a promo picture that was like professionally done,
Right.
and he took one for me, and I've been using it since. So
So he's a really good dude.
yeah.
You know, I don't know him, you know, well, like big time, but, you know, I've talked with him a few times at shows. He's a really great guy.
Yeah.
All right. How about Mullet Man?
Mullet Man is the other half of the Ultimate Powers with Jobs. They tag. And
Oh, okay.
it's a good friend of mine up in Vermont, and he's offered me the same hospitality where if I
Nice.
need a place to crash, he's got a place for me to stay, and I'm trying to get him to come down. And
Right.
I wanted to give him a shout out. He's had a couple like really good matches up at ETWA. Like he's like the hardcore variety, you know.
Oh, okay.
Man, I tell you what, that's a tough son of a gun over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think he's ready for death matches?
I don't know. I don't know what he's willing to put
Right,
himself
right.
through. He's got a wife and kid,
Oh, okay.
but we'll see.
I got to say, man, death matches are crazy, though, huh?
No thanks.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear All right. Matt Taven, former
Yeah.
ROH World Heavyweight Champion.
So I wanted to shout him out because, you know, he trained me. It was only one night because I actually caught him on the tail end where he was moving. You know, I got like his last training session. So, you know, I just wanted to give some shout outs to some of my former trainers because, again, like without these guys,
Right.
who's to
Absolutely.
say where I'd be?
Did you do any training at Next Gen?
Yeah.
How about Bud?
Next question.
Next question. All right. So, Bud, next question. All right. Big Juicy.
Big Juicy. I tell you what.
She looks like she's a lot of fun. Like,
She is a
you know
lot
what
of
I mean?
fun. She's really nice. She's bubbly. It must not be hard for her to get into character because she's
Right.
just like that 24/7, 365.
Oh, she is, yeah.
Yeah, she's one of the nicest people I know, and especially in wrestling where
Right.
there's just not enough of that. She was nice enough to try to get me booked somewhere, but I'm already booked. And, you know, I can't wait to, you know, I know there's a lot of intergender stuff these
Yeah.
days, whether I'm tagging with her or wrestling her or, you know, my girlfriend's like on the cusp.
Right.
And like, I just want so very badly for her to wrestle my girlfriend or for me to tag. Like, I know
Intergender
I would
tags.
I
Yeah.
would tag, but I'm a heel. So it's
Right.
like, where do you go with that?
Well, she's always got a big old smile when I see her in pictures and stuff. She,
I got
she
this,
looks, like I said, she just looks like she's a lot of fun.
I got this baby face thing I'm working on where it might work with what she's
Yeah?
doing.
Cool.
And then we'll shout out her boyfriend, Jay Baker. You
Oh,
know?
Jay Baker. Okay.
Miss that guy. Can't
Yep.
wait to see him.
I did not know that. Stephen Lust.
Yes.
Who just had a big match. And if I'm not mistaken, he defeated a New England Hall of Famer, Jose Perez.
Down to Fight Life?
Yep.
Get out of town.
Yep. If
I
I'm
saw
not
that.
mistaken, Stephen Lust won.
I saw that advertised. I didn't know, you know, he was going to beat him.
That must have been a good match, though.
Yeah.
Jose is, like I said, a legend. Honestly, he really is.
Every time I see him, I just go, oh, yeah. You know, and his theme song is real catchy. It gets stuck in my head.
Right.
Great guy in the locker room to have. He's always got something nice to say to me. I think I talked about him last time I was
Yep.
on the show. And most recently, like, I went out there and tore it up with Kellen. First guy I saw when I got back through the curtain was Steve, and he was very ecstatic for me. And I was hyped because we opened the show, and I'm,
Right.
you know, you set the tone, and I'm like, you know, follow that up.
Well, I'm interested in asking you how your match against Mike Grasso was.
It was really good. You know, working with him, I knew he had a lot of fun in there working
Right.
with me because he even said he's usually the bigger guy.
Right.
So wrestling me was a little different for him, a styles clash. Castro came out with me and got involved a little bit, you know, nothing I couldn't handle.
Right.
And then he had a storyline going with Devin Blaze. I think he goes by like the Jackal or the Funny Man. And, you know, I picked up the win. So, you know,
Right.
hey, what are you going to do?
Nice, nice. All right, Dallas McCarthy.
Dally's a great dude. Whenever he's on the microphone, he's pretty good.
Yeah?
He's pretty good. And he's been getting in there a little bit here and there in the ring. And
NCW?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, this is just me personally. I don't mean no disrespect.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I don't think he should be wrestling, but that's just how
I
feel.
actually thought he was a manager, but he's a wrestler.
He is a manager.
Oh,
That's the thing.
but he wrestles too. Okay.
So, you know, I've
In
never,
other words, stay out of the ring.
yeah, or go get trained up. And then,
all right.
You know, and he's talked to me about wanting to work with me, and I'm open to it.
Right.
He had this gladiator idea. Which
Hey, Mav!
I don't know if that's
Right.
connected, but like I'm really not interested in
Right.
changing the character
Yeah.
I'm working on for anybody.
Right.
It was hard enough being Captain America.
Right. Was it really?
Yeah, babyface.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think babyface is harder than being a
Oh,
heel,
for
huh?
me, yeah. I mean, I got to work on it.
Right.
You know, if you ask me to do it, I'll do it, but it's not
Right.
going to be easy.
Well, it's good that they put you under a hood.
yeah.
You know, it really is. I mean, there's not enough hooded wrestlers anyways in the independents. There's some, but there's just not enough for my taste.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I like the big mystery of who the hell's under that mask. All right, Delilah Hayden.
She's a sweetheart. We had a funny story happen 2 weekends ago, or they're all starting to blur together.
Right.
Whatever. I think I've been dropped on my head a few too many
Probably.
times. She had a booth set up with her arts and crafts, and she had these. I think they were like bunny ears.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
like
she
Mickey
wears,
Mouse.
yeah.
And they were Boston Celtics themed, so she had me wear them on my head and like be like the mannequin.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, you know, her and Derek have
Yeah,
been
I
really,
was going to bring him up next, so
they've
we'll
been
go
really
right
good
into
to
him.
me, and
Yeah.
you know, I like what they're doing. You know.
Yeah. We're guinea pig buddies.
Yeah.
No, jokingly. I mean, I like them both a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they have guinea pigs. My girl has guinea pigs.
Mm-hmm.
I have guinea pigs. How about Proving Grounds, Todd Graham?
Yeah. He's expressed wanting to work with me. I think we'll get there. There's just been a little bit of friction.
Right. I got to say this though. Guys like Todd and Chad Epic are like when they go to a show, they're an asset because they can do so many different things if needed.
Right.
You know, both of them guys, in my opinion, you know what I mean, are unsung heroes a lot of times. You know, Todd will get there, he'll do some announcing, or he got up to Limitless, he shot it for him. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And wrestling needs people like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That just goes for everybody. You
Right.
know, you shouldn't just go and expect to do one thing.
Exactly. I mean, I know for a fact Alec Price got booked at Beyond by
he got-
showing up
yeah.
every week and helping and setting up and just waiting for his chance. I was there the night he debuted. It was incredible. Fans hated him, and I mean like really hated him. I came back 3 weeks later. He was the most over kid in the building, and I knew he could do it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Kid's so talented. So someone to look up to, right?
Hey, I'm gonna do the same thing.
Yep, that's what I'm
what?
saying, right? That's a guy to look up to, I would think, in the wrestling business.
Yeah, we
You know?
connected one time a couple months back.
Yeah,
And we had a nice little heart-to-heart conversation. So he's a good guy.
yeah. There's a lot of
I think
great talent
I
right
could
now.
take a page out of his book and start getting over there, showing my face,
Yeah.
helping out, and then when my number and my name is called,
Exactly.
do exactly what he did.
Yeah.
Maybe a little better.
Yeah, you never know. That's right. Doc Ozone.
Doc Ozone. I told that story last time. I won't
All
retell
right.
it, but man, I always get like the biggest hug from him, and he's like genuinely excited to see
Right.
me. So
He's a hugger.
yeah,
He is a hugger.
yeah, he's always wishing me well.
Right. Okay. Well, sticking with the doctor,
Yep. Heresy.
Dr. Harris.
Oh my goodness, we just had our PvP show at the beach, and I was able to pick his brain in between
Nice.
shows, and he has so much knowledge
Yeah, he
to
does.
offer, and he gives it. And he told me that he's a good buddy with Kurt Dirty Dango,
Yep.
and he's like, yeah, you know, how was the seminar? I'm like, it was great. He's like, yeah, keep doing what you're doing, man. Like, you know, he really liked, you know, having you there, and I can't wait to run into him again. you
Right.
know?
That's awesome. It really is. Osiris.
Osiris and I, we tagged together in a 4-on-4, and you know, that's the same match that Robbie and Aaron pants me for the whole NCW crowd to see. And him and I have talked about working together
Yeah.
because I think him and I have that sort of chemistry where we present like two big muscly guys that might be able to, you know, do something special. And nothing's happened yet. I mean, he has the Osiris Alliance
Right,
that he's
right.
working on. I have what I'm working on,
Yep.
and I think someday down the road, down the line, we'll work together again.
All right. Did you have you happened to run across a bunch of ants, the colony?
Oh my God, yeah.
But there's only 2 now, right?
Yeah.
There's not like 8.
There's 2. What they do is they have like these names. They have something ant. So
Yeah.
it's like fire.
Yeah,
ant,
fire and
green
soldier ant, green. Yeah,
and then
I
they
get it.
change, and
Yeah.
then they evolve and they grow, and it's like regardless, I just want to, you know.
Yeah.
So
Well, one of the most famous ants is you know who, right?
I do. Yeah.
Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
And another famous ant was Drew Gulak.
I did not know that one.
Pinky Sanchez was an ant,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all I know. But I do know
Yeah,
there was
I-
at least like 7 or 8 of
I
them.
can't seem to shake these guys.
Right.
I'll go to different shows, and next thing you know, I'm wrestling them, and
Pretty
I just-
strong for small guys.
That's what I'm
They're
saying.
ants,
You,
man.
you take them lightly, and
Yeah.
then next thing you know, you're
Exactly.
looking up at the bright lights.
That's true. All right.
But I got these. I got these.
Yeah,
from
you
them.
do. Yeah, you do. And they might come looking for them, right? Good tag team match.
We'll bring out the pesticide.
There you go. All right. Tough talk, Tony Spencer.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, he really lives that gimmick, huh?
Yeah, he does. But Hey, no offense, Tony, but like sometimes you deserve to get beat up by Delilah Hated and stuff. I'm
Yeah.
serious, dude.
He's been managing a friend of mine, Elle Valentine, over at
Yes.
PG.
Very talented young lady.
Very talented. And I would like to do something with Tony. I know his days of wrestling are behind him for now.
Right.
I feel like we might be able to get one more match out of him. If
Okay.
so, hey, might be the guy for me, you know?
Yeah.
Or vice versa. I might be the guy for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I met him a few times. He told me that I have a look, which is like, thanks, Captain Obvious. I'm just playing. But he's a good guy. And, you know, I'd like to do something with him. I don't know what that is. And
Okay.
I know he messaged me about hiring me. I'm a retainer, but, you know,
Yeah.
like I said, $50.
There you go. How about the Riot, Kellen Thomas, the guy you just was in the ring with?
I've known him for a while. Whether he remembers me or not, it was from a fan perspective. I would go to wrestling shows. I'd watch him wrestle.
Right.
Say hello here and there, maybe during like intermission or whatever. And then I started getting real serious about it. Next thing you know, I'm sharing locker rooms with him and stuff. And we finally got the opportunity to wrestle each other. And you know, I had expectations, but it surpassed all my expectations. If it's not my best match ever, it's one of my best matches ever. And we went back and forth like tooth and nail. Funny story I'll share with you, Leo, is that my father was in the crowd. So Kellen dove on me, and I went back, and I actually accidentally kicked my dad in the face.
Ooh.
Yeah. Not hard.
Right.
But like, of all the people in the crowd
you had
to
kick
fall
your dad.
into, and my leg went flying and hit him in the side of the face, it was my father.
Now, has he come to a lot of matches?
Yeah.
Nice. That's good. That's really good. So try not to kick him.
I'm trying.
Really, you got to try that.
am.
You got to try hard. Stigma.
Sigma.
Yep.
The stigma is that his name is Stigma,
Yeah.
but it's Sigma. You know, I was trying not to talk about him on the podcast because every podcast I go on, I'm talking about Sigma this, Sigma that.
He's all over the place, though. He's wrestling everywhere.
Yeah. He's one of the few guys that, like, you know, took me under his wing, and it's like I so very badly wanted somebody to do that, and like some sort of mentorship.
Yeah.
He's never steered me wrong. He saw something in me that other people didn't, I guess, and helped me get going with. And it's like guys like him. It's like, I don't know. I don't think this would happen. You know.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that really
I
is.
just saw him a couple days ago, and he's going to be getting a puppy pretty soon. So that's pretty cool.
Nice, man. What kind of puppy do you know?
I think it's like a sheepdog or something like that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. How about this kid is like super talented and he doesn't wrestle all over the place. Mike Montero, the ace.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised he's not everywhere. Man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Honestly.
I don't know why, but that's for him.
Yeah.
You know? I've seen him wrestle a bunch of times, and I finally got to meet him. And you know, we it started with like hi and goodbye, and then over time, because we're in the locker rooms with each other more often, like he's just really warmed up to me. And that whole crew, you know, I don't know if they're on that list.
Wow.
But that whole DCMC crew, I tell you what, man, those guys can go. And it's a shame that they're not, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that to be like mean.
Right.
But I think
they're not everywhere.
more people need to get them on their shows.
Right. Because, I mean, Ricky Medeiros is another one in that group. I mean, incredible.
Yeah.
How about Dustin Waller, who really is all over the place and getting booked out of New England. He's very talented.
Great kid, a lot of potential. I wrestled him in a tag match where he hit his finish on me, and the hang time he gets off that top rope, I was like, wow, he's really up there.
Yeah, he is.
I will give him a piece of advice, whether he takes it or not, whatever. Slow down.
Slow down.
Right? These younger kids, they want to go 3,000 miles an hour, and that's cool. Right? If you know, that's the style, I guess. But like, just if you could take a word of advice from me, just slow down a little bit, and you'll see.
All right.
What
and
I mean.
How about his Miracle Generation tag team partner, Kylon King?
Yeah, Kai's a good dude. He's been supportive of me, where it's like that's hard to find. Where he's like, man, I see what you've been doing, and I really, you know, think you're doing a good job. Keep up the good work, and it's nice to hear. And obviously, I'm telling him the same thing. Is like, keep grinding, man. And he's always asking me like, what are you lifting nowadays? And yeah, good kid.
Awesome.
Can't wait to see him again.
How about let's see, Jesse Nolan.
Yeah, Jesse's a hell of a competitor. She's tough as nails.
She's from like Maine, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
Maine, and she's out of the dojo.
Okay.
Anytime I see her at the shows, I try to, get my 2 cents in, and I'm always asking her how's Spencer doing, and Blade Bandit. Yeah, great little couple too. Like, I'm sure the intergender things are happening now. I'm sure her and him will do something, and then maybe me and my girlfriend will wrestle them or whatever.
Nice. All right. How about Skylar Gray?
Skylar Gray, I just met her. She's out of PAPW.
Yep.
With the Battle Academy.
Yes.
She seems like a really
nice
girl. I think she's got a lot of potential. She's got a nice build, you know what I mean? You don't see that a lot.
Right.
And she can go. I think the sky's the limit, and we'll see what happens going forward. She should be branching out to different places here and there.
All right. How about another kid I'm high on? BRG, Brett Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
The victorious one.
Not a huge fan. I mean, he's a good little wrestler, but he better come correct.
Oh!
I mean, I'm older, so I have no problem saying this.
Right.
Like, I'll smack him.
Oh!
Yeah, and that's not just tough talk. Like, I'll really smack him.
All righty then.
I should have already.
You already? Wow, BRG, you got heat. You got heat with Johnny Pierce.
That's right.
How about Nico Silva?
Yeah, Nico's a good dude. I can't wait to do something with him.
Right.
I think he recently was out with an injury, so I wish him well with his recovery. But he's been a good example for younger guys like me in the business. I'm not a younger guy, but like new guys.
Well, we got 40 seconds left. I got 2 names.
Yeah.
World class, Channing Thomas.
Yeah.
Sidney Bacabella.
I was hoping you wouldn't bring him and BRG up, but whatever. Put him in that same thing. Like,
really?
Come correct, or I'll smack you around.
What about Sidney? You want to smack him too because he's with them?
No. That you don't get guilty by association. But Sidney managed me against Bob Evans. I'd like to work with him again.
Right.
But Channing and BRG.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude.
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
No.
All right, guys. This is interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But Johnny, honestly, I want to thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me, Leo.
No problem, brother.
There goes the
Anytime.
championship.
Thanks for bringing the belt.
Yeah.
Guys, we're out. Peace.
Peace.
Hi, guys. I hope you're enjoying the show. Listen, I could use a little help to grow my YouTube channel. So if you could please like, share, and subscribe. That's most importantly, subscribe. Send me a direct message, and I'll give you a shout out here on the show. My YouTube channel is real simple. It's just my name, Leo Connors. Thanks in advance. Peace.